The Hesperides by Alfred Lord Tennyson, 1809 to 1892. Hesperus and his daughters three that sing about the golden tree. Comus by Milton. The north wind fallen in the new starréd sky, Zidonian Hanno, voyaging beyond the hoary promontory of Soloë, past Thymiaterion in calméd bays, between the southern and the western horn, heard neither warbling of the nightingale, nor melody of the Lybian lotus flute, blown seaward from the shore, but from a slope that ran bloom bright into the Atlantic blue, beneath a highland leaning down a weight of cliffs, and zoned below with cedar shade, came voices, like the voices in a dream, continuous, till he reached the other sea. Okay, this is a poem by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Let's see, Tennyson was an English poet. He was poet laureate for Queen Victoria at the end of his life. He came from Lincolnshire. He was born in Lincolnshire. And he went to Trinity College, Cambridge, although he didn't actually get a degree. This poem, I think, is very typical of him. It's talking about this epic voyage, this journey to the Hesperides. Now, the Hesperides are the far west, the setting sun. The Hesperides are the land of the setting sun, and here in the Hesperides we will find Hesperus and his three daughters and the golden apples of the Hesperides, and this is the evening where the sun goes down. Notice Hesperides, this is linked to the word vesper, the vespers in the evening, and this poem is about a voyaging, an epic voyage, looking for the Hesperides or going to the Hesperides. And this voyage is undertaken by Hanno. Okay, Zidonian from Zidon, but Hanno was a real character. Hanno the navigator, and he was known for sailing down the African coast. He'd sailed out of the Mediterranean and he sailed down the African coast. Now, Thymiaterion, for example, is a place in Morocco, which is on the Atlantic coast, just south of the entrance to the Mediterranean Ocean. And Hanno the navigator is the 5th century BC, and Hanno was a real character. So this poem is very typical of Tennyson. It's got the exploration, mystery, the unknown, the magic, and this is about an epic voyage to the other side, to beyond the world where we live. So, let's see. Hesperus and his three daughters that sing about the golden tree. Okay, Comus is a play by John Milton. And this here is telling us about Hesperus, which is where the golden apples of the Hesperides can be found. And this is a mysterious journey taken on by Hanno to go to the Hesperides. The north wind fallen in the starry light, Zidonian Hanno voyaging beyond the hoary promontory of Soloë, past Thymiaterion in calméd bays. So I tried to find Soloë, and I have a feeling that Soloë is actually the Straits of Gibraltar, and I think the promontory, because Africa comes up, and Europe comes down, and I think that's maybe so into the Atlantic Ocean, and then past Thymiaterion, which is a place below. So the new starred night, he's Hanno is voyaging into the unknown. Hoary is covered in a white rime, a white covering. It might be frozen, but with frozen ice on the surface, with frozen frost on the surface, and Zano is travelling. He's looking in calméd bays. So these bays have been calmed between the southern and the western horn. So now he's travelling down into the west. Heard neither warbling of the nightingale nor melody of the Lybian flute blown seaward from the shore. So the wind is blowing from the shore onto the sea, but he can't hear the singing of a nightingale. So he can't hear the birds that he knows, and he can't hear the Lybian lotus flute, the Lybian flute. I like the idea of lotus because we have the lotus eaters, which takes you to a land or another transcendental state. So he's in a place where things are not familiar. Also, Lybian lotus, that's got a nice little bit of alliteration. But from a slope that ran bloom bright into the Atlantic blue. So on the shore, there's no shore, it's just a slope that goes upwards, and it's covered in flowers. And look, again, more alliteration, bloom bright blue, bloom bright brew. Okay, so the wind is coming down this slope beneath a highland leaning down a weight of cliffs. So, and then above that there's a highland with cliffs on the top, and zone below with cedar shade, and there are cedar trees and it's shady. Came voices like the voices in a dream, continuous till he reached the other sea. And he can hear voices, but this is like a dream, and he's going from the world that we live in, the world of the living, into the Western Ocean, into the Western Sea, where the sun goes down. He's going to where the sun goes down as night falls, and he's going to the Hesperides, and he's going into a dream-like place. So there's clearly this feeling of isolation and solitude. He's in a new place, and he's this lone traveller, this lone sailor, encountering new places, something new and secluded, something different. He's come to a new place. So this is an epic adventure, and this epic idea is very typical of Lord Tennyson. So the Hesperides by Alfred Lord Tennyson.